Howdy, folks. General back to you. Hey, I got a little something other I'm going to give you here. Is a little bit of wisdom, something other that you want to consider before buying a house. And I got some good stuff wrote down here to tell you. So when you see me looking down, I'm reading it. You're fixing to buy a house, things to consider first. Do you want to be close to your job? Or close to town? Or out in the suburbs? Away from chaos of industry and traffic and usually more crime? I can't even talk today. All this should play on decisions. Realize that lower properties may be in the flood zones. Bad to get backwater under your house or up in the floor. Also, flood insurance is required if you're buying a house inside the flood zone, or the flood plain they call it. And the insurance companies know they've got you stretched over a barrel. They know you have to have it. And if you're late paying a payment, the payments go up. If you don't renew in time, they drop you. Then you have to get put on something like farmer's something or another that costs 3 times as much. But that's all it'll take you. If you're late on your payments, insurance companies don't want to fool with you. But now, if you're waiting on a claim, they might wait around 2 or 3 years. It's not on the same level. Okay. And you might be on that bad list or late list for 3 to 5 years before you can get somebody else to take you for cheaper. And if you claim something, your insurance premium goes up. Think about all of this before you buy a house. Also check with the county seat of the area the house is in and see what the property taxes will be. Find out from the finance company if there's going to be an escrow account tied to your account that will pay the various insurance premiums every month as well as the property taxes, a lump sum at the end of the year. That way you pay one payment per month and that's it. The finance company EFTs the payments to the various other insurance companies, and that saves you so much per month. And then it saves up your the money that's going for your lump sum property taxes at the end of the year. And everything's on time that way. Everything ticks along like clockwork. Make sure to get loss of job insurance to pay your payments while you're looking for another job. You have to pay a certain percentage of that back to them, but it keeps you from losing your house and all the money you've got sunk into it already. You need to know what kind of neighborhood you'll be living in, whether or not you'll be compatible to it. That way there won't be any what have I got myself into? It'll be worth your while to investigate these matters up front for just about everything you do in life. Look into it. Make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure that you can pay off your house early. Make sure you don't have an interest-only payment. Now, interest-only that's all you pay, interest. But you never own the house. You can't pay it off at all. So don't get looped into that. Let's see, what else? if you pay X amount of dollars that they've got it figured out for 30 years, yeah, 30 years, you heard me. If you pay that, you're going to pay about 30 or 40% more than the original cost strung out through the years as your interest payments and stuff and your financing fees and all that stuff. The finance company makes money. That's their job, making money. And they'll run you through the cleaners if they can. So make sure you got it set up ahead of time before you ever sign anything, that you can pay off the house early. Make sure that there's a clause in there where you can pay on the principal. The principal is how much the thing's set up for. If you're buying a house for $140,000, the principal is going to be right at $140,000. Give or take. Okay. You go ahead and pay the payment that's set up. You got to do that and pay it on time. I like to pay mine, when I was paying mine, I like to pay mine a month early. Or just a shade of a month early. They won't let you do a whole month early. That way, if you're late, you're not late. If that makes sense to you. And then make sure that you can pay on your principal. So you give them a check for your payment, and then you write another check, and then on the 4 line down there it says paying toward the principal. Put this payment toward the principal. And then anything that you put in there is going to knock it down. If you can put $100 on the principal every month, that'll shorten the life of the loan way down. See, they didn't tell me that. All this stuff I'm telling you right now is stuff that I learned the hard way, the long way. Make sure that before you sign anything, that you stipulate you want to be able to pay on the principal. And you want to be able to pay the loan off in a shorter time than what they got lined up in there. If you tell them that, they say, well, this guy's he's more savvy than we think he is. We can't screw this guy real bad. He knows what he's asking for. Also, get you an escrow account tied to it. Okay? I mean, it'll cost a little bit to do an escrow account, but it's worth it. Because if the house that you're fixing to get is in a flood zone or on a floodplain, you're going to have flood insurance. And if you're late on any of your payments, flood insurance goes sky high. And they've got you plastered over a barrel anyway. They know you got to have it. See? They all work together. Bend him over as soon as you get done with him, and we got it. Okay. The escrow account, whatever your payment is to flood insurance, whatever your payment is to your homeowner's insurance, and whatever your fire insurance, and these various insurances that you have to have by law, they pay EFT. That's electronic finance transfer or something like that. Okay? In other words, they just do it by computer. You bring your money in, and they send it to these various uh, insurances where your payment is always on time, plus they save a certain percentage of the money. They calculate up how much they have to have for a lump sum payment for your property taxes. And you're going to have a county tax, whatever county you're in, and then the city or town tax that you've got. And they combine those two, and they nail you with that at the end of the year. And if you don't pay it, they take your house away from you. Okay? So it's one of those have-tos. So if you put all that stuff in an escrow account, you make one payment a month to them. They put it in the escrow. They take the payment that you make to them. The rest goes in the escrow. They EFT that where it's going. None of your payments are late, and you're smelling like a rose at the end of the year. Excuse me. That way you don't have to worry about late fees. Make sure that you're going to be able to have an escrow account. If they don't offer an escrow account, just tell them, well, I'll find another financial institution to buy this thing through. And they'll scramble because they realize they're fixing to lose you as a customer. And they know up here that you got it up here. You know what you're asking for. You know what you want. And they now know they can't bumfuzzle you. So they'll go ahead and set you up the way you want to be set up. So you write a check every month, one for your payment, and the escrow comes out of that. And then you write another check toward the principal, and you pay that sucker off early, and you save a ton of money. And you're not paying no 30 years on a 30-year note. Because, see, the less the principal is, that's the less the interest on that is. See, they don't tell you that either. If your principal goes down, you're paying your principal down, the amount of the loan, then the interest rate goes down. I mean, not the rate, but the interest goes down on it because it's less there for the interest to be on. And I ain't going to tell you that either. Okay? Just take a little bit of this right here and plug it into your head. I've been there, done that. Learned it the hard way. And I didn't watch some video like you're doing to learn this stuff. I had to learn it the hard way, the expensive way. Okay? Love y'all. And I'm fixing to get off here. Y'all watch this. Pass this on to your friends and family. Somebody getting ready to buy a house, give them the link to it. Let them look at it. And also, something else too. Make sure you know what kind of neighborhood you're moving into. Know ahead of time. Are you going to be compatible with that neighborhood? Okay? Because you're not going to be moving shortly. You're buying a house right there. You're going to be living in that neighborhood. Is it something you can handle? Or are you going to have somebody running donuts out in front of your house on the road? Have you got 2 or 3 drunks lives in your neighborhood? Or is your crime rate real high? You got to look at all of that. Not just are you in a flood zone, and then if you're on a hill, if you don't have like a Jeep or something other that's got front wheel drive on it, something you can put good snows on it to come and go during the wintertime when it snows and there's ice on the ground. Boy, I like not not get out of that one. Woo. Anyway, I swallowed my spit wrong. It went down the wrong pipe. Anyway, love y'all. Pass this link along. And y'all like and subscribe. Hit the bell, make comments. This General. I'm out.